Hello, welcome everyone to another episode of Two Grumpy 20-somethings. Last week we covered social fads, and looking in particular at Pokemon Go. You can find this episode on our YouTube channel now if you've missed it. This episode I'd like to go into a different direction, namely jobs, I think. More specifically, the lack of them out there. It's been widely documented that there are selected folk who believe people from overseas come over here and take the jobs that UK workers feel they're entitled to. But actually, Mike, I've got a different stance which I want to run past you today.
Okay.
I was watching the news the other night and something hit me square in the face, like a cathode ray of enlightenment, if you will. It's fucking robots that steal our jobs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your viewpoint on this?
I agree with you with the robots. I mean, me and my better half, we have trouble with this all the time. Just as simple as food shopping. She likes to go to the self-service, and I prefer, human service, not in a sexual way. Just I like to keep their job afloat as well as.
So do you feel a bit of sorrow? Do you feel a little bit of sorrow when you see a cashier there who's got, like, some doddery old fools like buying their paper through the normal cashier part, and then the self-service bit, you walk through with a breeze, just scanning your barcode.
I know technology's progressing, but it just doesn't work out as good as they hoped. I mean, I was there buying some fags from a person, I might add.
From a person? Real person?
Beyond the till. And I looked over, and there was this old toffee. He was buying a newspaper.
Was he like a worthless?
Yeah. he couldn't figure out where to put the newspaper. It wasn't going right. And she had to leave me and go serve him.
Right.
Just to, you put the newspaper at the top, and you write in how many.
Human and machine working together.
Well, I was ready to be served. I just wanted my cigarettes. So
you went without your nicotine fix for 5 extra minutes because this woman felt the need to have to go assist the robot.
Yeah.
Was the robot new? Were they just training him, or what was going on?
Little Johnny Five there. I think he's been there for a while.
Absolutely. Johnny Five, he's alive, definitely. But obviously can't work in this case. So it didn't quite work out there.
I don't understand it. The only thing they need to feed them is electricity. There's no monthly wage they have to worry about. So I understand, but it's people need jobs.
I suppose when the robot goes wrong,
there'll be a human there to sort it out.
So I suppose in that aspect, as we move forward in life into the future, we're all going to have to be computer technicians, aren't we? Really?
I suppose. Unless, of course, they can fix themselves.
Like self-awareness.
Yes.
I see.
And we all know where that goes to. Well,
yeah, we do, don't we? I mean, there's definitely a number of films that have covered this over time, isn't there? Science fiction, as they say, becomes...
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit? That was Johnny Five.
That was Johnny Five. Yes.
That was Johnny Five. Johnny Five, look, getting 2 references in this episode. It's not a sponsorship deal or anything like that. We just thought we'd bring up the underdog of the robot world. Actually, as far as robot films go, I put Johnny Five as the underdog. There's no malice involved in what he does, really, is there?
No. I mean, I like bringing back old childhoods, films I used to watch, like Short Circuit. I mean, some things I hate on Facebook, really hate it, is, do you remember this? Yeah, you told me yesterday.
Yeah.
You always get, like, like He-Man or something like that. It's always coming up on Facebook. Do you remember this? Yes.
Yeah. If you remember this, your childhood was awesome.
Yeah.
If you remember this, you're old because this was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can't forget. You're constantly reminding us every day. We can't forget this.
Yeah.
Okay. We know it. Move on.
Gone are the days where you'd have a dusty old VHS tape from maybe that was recorded by your parents when you were like 2 years old, and when you're 10 years old, you find this tape, you put it in, like, Christ, I remember all this. I remember all this stuff I used to watch and all that lot. Nowadays, I suppose it's all just shoved in your face, isn't it? You've got so many people that are in one space that there's very, very little imagination and originality these days. But again, I suppose that's automation, which I would like to sort of have a case in point of automation. Now, I had a spat the other day. I was trying to top up my phone, which I'm pretty old school. You know, I stick with pay-as-you-go now with EE. You know, one of those £10 packages. You top up, you get a data allowance, minutes, and messages. So they text me 24 hours before I needed to actually top the phone up, which I decided to do it early this time round. When they text me the first time, which was the day before it expires, I decided, right, I'm going to top it up, seize the day, top it up now, because they've messaged me once at like 7 o'clock in the morning, as they do, and then they messaged me again while I was in the pub at 4 o'clock. I thought, right, it's 4 o'clock, I'm sat here, I'll top it up. Rather than waiting to the next day where it expires and they say, oh no, we can't do your bundle because you need to top up some credit.
Yeah.
Right, so the next morning, I got a text from them again, 7:30, saying, oh no, you've lost your data. You've got no data now because you need to top up. And I've looked at my app, and it said I've got £10 credit.
Yeah.
So I thought, what? What's going on here? So what actually happened was, I thought, well, how am I going to do this? So, yeah, I was living in the dark ages at this point. I had no data.
Right.
Yeah, and I thought, Christ, yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So I rang 150, which is EE's number for customer support. But what they forget to tell you is it might be customer support. There's no advisor on the end. It's just the robot woman voice. And they're like, you know, if you need help setting up your phone, dial, you know, press 1. If you need to top up or talk about your bundle, 2. Talk about your bundle. There's no one to talk to, because I went through every option to try and get to an advisor. I even said, because with some automated things, you say speak to an advisor and it will cut it off and put you through to an advisor. So anyway, the phenomenon of this is that EE, to speak to an advisor, were going to charge me 25p to connect my call to the call centre. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I had £10 credit. Taking away 25p would leave me with 9.75. That means I couldn't top up even if I wanted to.
No, they're trying to con you out of it.
And I was literally walking down the road as I was pressing all the numbers on the phone, and every time I was like, for fuck's sake! You know? But yeah, so that's automation gone wrong for me.
Yeah.
And it scared me. It scared me that there was no face to speak to, no voice on the end of the phone from the call centre.
Yeah.
You know.
I have the same at my job. As you know, I work for a taxi company. We've got an automated machine. It kicks in straight away when they call up.
Yeah.
But we're waiting on the other end. You know, we're waiting for them to dial 0, put straight through to us. You know, we're available.
Now that's your system there actually works pretty well, I find.
I think it works really well. People need to realise that it doesn't work on location. Oh, it thinks I'm here. No, it doesn't. What it's doing is it gives you options of where you've been to before.
Yeah, like the last three donut
destinations. And you choose one. If it's not them, press 0 or speak to us. It's not that hard. It's like calling for a taxi, really. But yeah, people just can't get it through their head. They think that we can track them. You know,
right?
Because their phone, boom, you're there. Oh, do you know that? Yeah, we don't do that. You know,
it's just a data pool, isn't it?
Yeah,
it has it on the computer.
Here's some options. Choose them or don't. That's it. You know, it's a very simple machine. So I don't mind that as much.
Yeah, it's quite clever, really. That system. I mean, that's very much a for argument, I think, for automation when it works quite successfully. I find the Indian voice that kicks in quite pleasant. You know. He's polite. He's had his cup of oil that morning. You know, he's ready to go. He's quite happy.
Shot of oil.
Yeah,
and he's ready to
go. So he's all good. But you know, I mean, you've got quite a few instances of automation with robots. Now, sort of hear me out with this one.
Okay.
Royal Mail, yeah.
Yeah.
You would think an industry that's always going to need a human postie, isn't it?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, no. Johnny Pissin 5 is about to take over, right? So they've got the little robots, right? That you know, the ones. You remember when we were in Hyde Park in primary school, and they had the little keypad on the back. You could program them to do various shit, couldn't you? Right, like drive down the hallway, turn around, don't hit the corner, just come back round.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you put the certain key in, and it would go and do it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it would seem that Royal Mail have gone overboard and made those things their slaves. like reprogrammed them, captured them, reprogrammed them, and now they're working for Royal Mail, right? So, you know, I couldn't honestly believe it. You know, imagine, if you will, if you've never seen this sort of thing before, it's like a little cowpat on wheels, right? So,
like the Mega Drive.
Like the Mega Drive too. Mega Drive. So it's a bit like a cross between something you'd see at the Geneva Motor Show. You know, like the latest Rolls Royce that cooks your dinner and plays the harp to you or whatever, you know? You know it isn't going to be a thing. You know, it's a bit, to me, seeing this on the news, is a bit like the Jetsons when you're still living as a Flintstone, you know? But they're actually trying this thing out. It's actually doing it.
Right, so explain, what's it do? Is it sort through post or something like?
No, but I think they do it at the sorting office. They fill it full of letters and stuff. Give it its fill of letters. And it's
right.
like, oh, yum, 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 fill me your letters. You're like, shut up.
Sounds quite sexual, this.
Yeah, you're not paid to talk.
Yum, 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 fill me I can't like this machine.
With letters. With letters.
Right, okay.
Right. He probably reads them on the way. He's got a little x-ray machine. He's reading love letters. Like, oh, that's not your wife, is it, eh? Sure. You know, so he goes around. One thing that puzzles me is, one, how he knows where he's going, and two, how does he knock on the door? Does he just let himself in or something? Like, what are you doing?
How big is he? Does he slide through the letterbox?
Does he slide through the letterbox?
Yeah, he just climbs up the door through the letterbox.
What, you think Royal Mail have like made like metal ramps that go on each like door?
Well, yeah.
People come back and like, what's that? And be like, oh, I think it's something to that.
It's a new letterbox. A bit big. Yeah, he's got to get in.
Massive, that's it. Can I push the post back out if I don't want it? Down the little slide?
Slides.
Across the path?
Yeah, so they literally post mail.
Yeah.
You see, you know, as a human, I mean, I'm sure you can agree with me.
Yeah.
I'm sure posties do this, you know, they got an address, they go to it, oh, that's not it. Oh, it's next door. Would the robot know that?
I don't think so. I can't see how it would know it. Unless Royal Mail have got some, like, weapons-grade intelligence going on here. And, you know, they've got some, like, you know, the custom Queen chip, they call it. You know, where they've been...
A lot of drivers have trouble finding my address. On Google, it's classed as east, but I'm actually west. So they have trouble finding it, so... I don't know if the post will or not.
I would imagine they probably would. There seems to be massive stumbling blocks with post a lot of the time, doesn't it? It gets lost. Yeah, how do people sign for stuff as well? Is the little post robot going to be like, that's not you. Yeah. That's not you.
You can pretend to sign it.
Yeah. Just give it back.
There you go.
How long is it going to be before some scally pulls one off the street?
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how can they trust how much they spent on this robot to just be out there by itself?
I mean, we've all seen...
Or would they have somebody following it to make sure it's alright? Because in that case, you might as well just have that person delivering the mail.
What, do you think that maybe it's better as a device to keep someone company?
Could be. Would it speak to you like Johnny Five?
I like to think that it wouldn't have an entity.
I'm sure it doesn't have a sense of humour either, so I'm sure conversations get a bit boring.
Yeah, especially if it's very monotone and tries to tell you a joke.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be... I can just imagine it saying, how do you make Lady Gaga moan? How do I what? Tell me, Toto. Poker face. Brilliant. Great. Good timing, you little twat. Now go and deliver the mail.
Go on, Hawkins, away you go.
Yeah, off you go. Little shitbag. Or alternatively, it could be someone back at the depot controlling the thing. But again, it's a human that's doing it. So
you might as well just have that person delivering the mail.
It seems pointless.
Cut out the middleman. It's robots as we speak.
Seems absolutely pointless. I'll tell you another one which I've seen that's pointless. Yeah, this is a really silly idea. Drones. Yeah. You know, drones are a big thing at the minute, aren't they? Everyone is getting in on the drone business.
Yeah, one landed in my garden last summer.
You're kidding.
No, had a chip in it. We contacted him, you know, with your drones here. Yeah, I'll come by for it sometime. He never did.
Never came back for it?
No, and it ended up being so long that when I was moving, it was still there. I just chucked it in the front garden. You know, he's got the address. I just chucked it there.
Yeah.
A little bit hard. Just to make sure it bounced a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
Did it have a camera on it?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's filming you the whole time?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If it was in your house, I mean, I would have been... If it was like in the corner of the
bedroom.
bedroom.
I wanted to make sure it was safe. I kept it in the duvet with me. I slept.
Did you? Nightly show presented by Michael Langren. Sensual. Yeah, so anyway, right, the drones. I mean, they don't even give you really an hour's worth of flight. Frankly, I just think they're a flying pest. They really are.
Well, do you remember seeing people with remote control cars, even adults? Come on, just driving around.
Yeah,
that's what I see drones. Just a little toy, if you will.
Well, you would think this, wouldn't you?
Something to play around with.
You would think it'd be something for someone to play around with. But imagine, if you will, right? There's a beach, right?
Yeah.
Which I saw in the news recently, which is called Maplethorpe, right?
All right.
Basically, on this beach, the ice cream seller is going to be delivering via drones. They're testing this out. I thought it was a rather expensive and stupid idea.
What if it melts by the time it gets to them?
Well, this is the thing. There are so many pitfalls.
Can you return it? Go, I'm not having that. The flakes go.
Yeah. You know, it's like, I didn't actually want like what is now like a yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, milkshake. But yeah, the thing is the battery charge is an obvious flaw of it. Yeah, as I said, you get like an hour's charge. So what you can do, you can have to have it keep coming back, charging the battery up. And the thing is,
people are waiting for ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! I'm just charging it. Surf it yourself. No, the drone will do it.
Yeah, you can't. We're not going to have somebody that does it. All right.
Yeah.
The drone has to do it. But I think, you know, my old man was sat there watching it with me as well, and he pointed out the most blindingly obvious flaw with this.
Right.
He said, imagine, if you will, the drone's going to be flying across the beach.
Yeah.
Right.
What? Somebody steals it?
No. What do you get on the beach usually? Usually around the sea.
Sand.
Nope. Seagulls.
Oh, of course, seagulls.
You get seagulls, right? And you know what they're like? They're pretty enterprising. And I can imagine 3 or 4 of them. Bearing in mind they will dive bomb a human being, which is like 10 times their size.
Yeah.
They're going to have no problems when they see a drone going past with ice creams stacked in it, packing the fucking things off. You know? So that, it just
you have half a seagull in your cone by the time it reaches you.
Yeah, it seems absolutely stupid. And, you know, I'll tell you what, the thing with seagulls as well, yeah, they just swoop in and grab things. They're like proper sky rats, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, they're scavengers, they're hobos. And I'll tell you what, one thing I've never really understood is why is it that all of them look like they're either wearing red lipstick on the side of their beak, or it's like they've eaten a chip with loads of ketchup on it. Do you know what I mean? Each one of them.
Yeah.
First time I saw it, I fell for it. I was like, oh, he's just had some chips and a chippy. You know, he's obviously had a good meal today. But no, I saw like loads. I was like, no. They're born like this. Why have they got a little red bit? Is it to be endearing? They're like, oh, we don't want to look too scary.
Yeah. Because
when you do see one face to face, they are pretty scary looking things, aren't they?
They wouldn't seem approachable, so they put a bit of lippy on.
Yeah, I better put a bit of face on before I dive bomb this woman for a McDonald's. I mean, I saw it in the town centre the other day. You know, these locals were walking with some McDonald's, and this girl had taken one bite out of a burger before a seagull came down and swooped, grabbed it. Off it's gone.
Good.
Off it's gone with it. Oh yeah, I thought good on you, fella.
Yeah. He needs to live.
He's got to eat.
Yeah.
And you know, he can't go in and buy
exactly.
the McDonald's
exactly. He needs to try to scavenge his foods. I mean, people, they're a pest scavenging the food. We'll give them food. Then we'll be scavenging. Yeah. But it's funny to say this. The classic Herald put up a video of what food seagulls prefer. So they had laid out some items of food. One being chips. Chips won, by the way. All the seagulls went for the chips.
Yeah, but
it's understandable because they're small. They can quickly grab it and fuck off.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Smash and grab.
A burger there. I haven't got opposable thumbs, so you know, I'll go for the chips. So it's an obvious choice. But yeah, what a waste of time from the Herald. They paid for that. I hope that's literally in their own time.
Oh, it's
they
fluff.
just fancy
fluff, isn't it? Absolute fluff pieces. Absolute fluff pieces. Yeah. You know, I saw a news story recently, actually. While we're sort of digressing a little bit from robots for a second, have you seen this week in the news about the girl from who was shopping Superdrug, and she's taken to social media because 2 workers now were horrible to her?
Oh no!
You know, they said something facetious about her attire. I think it was. I think she was wearing a pair of shorts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think,
so she's taken to every avenue possible, or maybe, you know, she's taken to Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and everyone has picked it up and ran with it, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's in the papers, it's in the Herald, it's in the Independent, it's, you know, it's the Daily Mail, Sun, things like that, and all over social networks with the millions of shares that you can't get away from seeing, as you said earlier.
I'll definitely look out for it again.
Yeah, so, you know, what I don't understand is why is shit like that? I think, why are people so sensitive nowadays?
Yeah,
She's saying, I don't care, but this is my response to it. And everyone's like, you go, girl.
Yeah,
you know, good response. Like, if you honestly didn't care, if there was nothing on God's green earth that could touch your confidence for this sort of thing, don't bring it up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bring it up. I wouldn't even care. You know, I don't care. If somebody is in a shop and they turn around and say, look at him with stupid black hair, look at him, and then his patchy beard, awful. I'd be like, wouldn't even faze me at all. Wouldn't even bother me.
Well, you know us, we're quite quick when it comes to insults. We just do it back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The thing is,
I know people say, you know, don't stoop yourself to their level. Might as well. I mean, you know, what else are you going to do?
People are just too sensitive, aren't they?
Yeah, get upset by it. Nah, just, you know, don't worry about what other people think. Just
sticks and stones, isn't it?
That's it.
Who cares?
That's it.
Who cares about that? So, you know, that's Superdrug. I should imagine those 2 workers will be replaced by an automated machine in the near future.
Hopefully, one doesn't, you know, give out insults.
No, it won't say anything. Won't say anything horrible. It's got such quick quips as "Please scan your Superdrug card now," and "Change is given at the bottom of the machine. Please insert card or cash now." Classics.
Yeah.
Absolute classics. Everyone loves those lines. So, rest assured that's 2 workers that have lost their job this week.
Yeah. It's funny you should mention jobs, really. It was only last week I was reading an article on the matter of employers having difficulty filling positions.
Right,
now,
okay.
as we know, we know quite a lot of people who's unemployed.
Yeah,
you know?
we do, yeah. Career unemployment as well.
Yeah. Plus, you know, you got these people, and then you got these, you know, as I said, employers having a horrible time filling their positions. What do you think that is?
I would say there's probably a certain air of snobbery with jobs. You've got a lot of people that seem to just want to pick one particular thing to do, and they're going to,
Exactly.
I'm doing that.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
it, I'm doing that. Rather than, you know, it's a decent job going to Subway that's going to pay your bills. No, I'd sooner get JSA rather than that.
Yeah,
But then you've
yeah,
got to think
that's
to yourself,
it.
well, no, because you're instantly more employable if you've got a job, I find.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, why save yourself for that really good job? Yeah, of course you live your dream. But if you're unemployed and you can't grab that dream, get any job, stack shelves. I know it's demeaning. People don't like it, but I'm sure having money coming in. I mean, stacking shelves is like £10 an hour.
It is. It's good
So you're
money.
laughing with money in your back
Yeah,
pocket.
it's good
It's better
cash.
than seeing someone, you know, one of your friends. What are you up to? Unemployed. That's got to be more embarrassing than saying stacking shelves for the minute, £10 an hour, just grabbing the money in until I can actually go for my dream.
Yeah.
You know, surely that's the better way to look at things.
The thing is, if the money's coming in, invariably you can do more things. You know, you can get yourself out there a little more. Like, I think one thing that I've seen that's been fascinating to me is the downward spiral of sociability with people that are unemployed. People that don't have a job and say have been out of work for 6, 8, 12 months, maybe even more, that don't have a girlfriend, you know, and their friends are doing stuff and things like that. It's actually ever decreasing circles. Because what happens is you don't have a job, so you've got no money, right? You're then lonely, but then you don't have any money to keep yourself occupied, right? Your friends are out doing their thing, they've got money, they're happy with, you know, doing stuff, being social, they meet new people, and thus they're going to naturally meet another partner that ends up being a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But then the people that are unemployed can't do that, and it is such a downward spiral of things to the point where you're at step 1. Yeah, and it's it must be difficult to really sort of have to rebuild everything by that point. Yeah, but the thing is there are jobs out there. You just got to take anything, really.
Yeah, you really do. You've got to grab the first thing that you can be employed by. I mean, I understand why employers have a hard time filling jobs. I mean, sometimes you have to have a certain amount of education to have that job, which I think is a little bit wrong. They should be a bit more easygoing. You never know. That person might have no experience in this job, but they might be really good. You know, take that chance. What's the employer got to lose? You know? And as for unemployed people, if they really want to work, just grab anything. grab anything, you know, just for the meantime, get that money coming in, have that sense of achievement of getting that wages come in, you know, instead of just signing on.
Well, the funny thing is that people at the job centre that have been on JSA for quite a prolonged period of time, they actually can end up being more skilled than people that have taken a job from being a teenager, because they send them on so many courses and stuff. So I think that's a good thing, but at the same time, there's no excuse to not get out there and get a job. If you're skilled and you've got now qualifications, MBQs and things like that, get out there. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously you've got some people that just don't want to whack. Are you one of these people that, like, you know, get a job, you're taking my taxes sort of thing? Are you one of those people?
What, the people that, when I see an unemployed person...
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually.
I'm not.
You know, the one thing that I always consider, obviously where I work, you know, you might very well get a few people that are unemployed coming through during the day, but it never escapes my attention that these people do actually pay my wages if they're buying stuff from the store. Yeah. You know, if they're doing buybacks, if they're doing things like that. These people are pretty much my bread and butter. People that are low on income. You know, in some cases being unemployed. I've got no problems with that at all because you know, it's the natural cycle of things.
But they only get themselves in trouble. They take out a new phone contract, comes with a laptop, throw your laptop in, and now we're stuck with paying this so month, they can't pay it. So they're just getting themselves into trouble, really.
Oh yeah, finance is a totally different ball game. I think that is silly if you haven't got a job. If you can't pay it, phone contracts, you know, buying luxuries on finance as well is absolutely stupid.
Yeah, I'll be looking into working and some kind of ambition to do something as a career rather than just spend it on, you know, just a bit of entertainment, really.
Yeah, you know, escapism. Yeah, you know, you can do that in many forms, and I don't think something that you have to take out on finance is really the way to go. Yeah, you could get a job, as we said, in fast food, which brings me to another point. McDonald's. Yeah. Right. Recently in America, they've got a human-free restaurant. Okay. So, from what I can hear, I can only imagine that this is the site where Skynet will actually happen. I have a feeling that it'll be self-aware before you know it. The machines probably order in, like, I can imagine the order, right? Yeah. They 120 meat patties, 180 frothy shakes, 111 egg McMuffins, and 156 times the phase plasma rifle. You're like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, nothing. And before we know it, it's going to be like some iRobot shit. You'll have Brian from the insurance adverts, little dancing robot and stuff, and you get him for free, when you sign up for car insurance. He was slamming his hands down on the desk, like, in iRobot, and he'd be like, I did not murder him. He'd be like, well, you did, Brian, because you took Jim's job, didn't you? That's it. Man can't afford to live anymore. He couldn't eat. McDonald's have taken over. It's not so if he can siphon off a meal or two, is it?
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not one of these people to say, get a job, I'm paying your wages sort of thing out of my taxes, I'm not one of those people. No. If they want to be unemployed, it's up to them. It's up to them. I'm still going to work, I'm still going to be paying taxes no matter what, even if everybody got a job, you still pay taxes. You're still paying taxes. So I don't see the issue of it.
I quite like when people are unemployed, but then they're enterprising at the same time. They're getting out there and doing stuff. Whether it's social get-togethers and
the Pokemon Go, by any chance?
Yeah, well, that's it. Like we covered last episode, things like that. I have no problems with that. But if you're unemployed and keeping up your social graces and stuff like that, and making it work for you. If it works for you, carry on. That's fine. Yeah. There's no problem with that. But I don't really like moaning of unemployment. No. Moaning, I've got no money. I can't do anything, or it's not as if I can get out and do stuff. Because if you're moaning, that's taking it into a different ballgame. Yeah. You're being given, this money. It's not much. Yeah, what was it? £80 over 2 weeks or something, isn't it?
Well, it was 50 last time I signed on.
Was it?
50, yeah.
Cameron's Britain, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I was never unemployed for too long. I would literally take anything. You know, I worked at Subway. You know, I'll work anywhere just as long as I've got money coming in. But it doesn't mean I'll stop my ambitions.
No.
You know, as you know, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
Finished my first one, so I'm on my second one. But you know, I'll never let a job hold me back in life.
No.
I'll just have that job just so I've got money to live, really.
Well, you and I have always had quite a hard-working ethic, haven't we, really,
Yeah.
ever since we were teenagers. I don't think, really, we'd get along so well if, you know, one of us was, like, career unemployment,
Yeah,
you know? But where we're not, with sort of hard-working...
Yeah. But you do have that fear. When you lose your job, you think, oh, damn it. You know, how long are we going to be unemployed for?
Well, it's free falling, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's moaning there's nothing out there. But, you know, I try really hard. I literally have a job to get a job, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I wake up every morning, shower, get ready, and then I'll go out there looking for jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go on the internet, I print out CVs, there are a lot. So I'll make it literally my job to get a job.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's no better feeling than when you do actually land another job.
Yeah.
You know, it's scary for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, it's even scary for that interview to get the job.
Yeah.
You know, am I going to say the wrong thing? Am I too nervous?
Yeah.
Which is completely understandable.
You've got no idea of the people, you've got no idea of the building, you've got no idea where the robots are in the building.
Yeah. But what you need to do, you need to look as smart as you can, preferably a suit, you know, whatever. But you also need to look into it, go online, find out what people have trouble with in the interviews, read about it, and just kind of sort that out yourself, you know? Instead of just waiting on the day and then getting as nervous as you can and not get the job, you know?
Yeah, I find
you need that confidence.
It's easier just going in and assuming it's a discussion.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking you questions about you.
Yeah.
And the person that knows you the best in the room is yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you're already at an advantage because you know yourself, and you've got to then come across not like trying to hard sell yourself.
Yeah.
But being the person that you are.
Yeah.
There's no point in taking a job and then a week later thinking, actually, that I lied about who I am. This is not who I am.
Yeah. Well, what you don't want to do in the interview is just, I'm here for the money.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, I did do once. It was when I was carpentry. It was between jobs. You know, I wanted a bit more income. I went for a job at Wetherspoons.
Right.
In union rooms. And I didn't want the job. I really didn't. You know, you know, when I did the carpentry, I was getting quite a lot of money coming in, so that was that. This was just literally just to fill the gaps in.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd be cheeky, you know. You say, what drives you in a career? So like, getting paid. Look on their face. It was priceless. I was like, I ain't getting this. Like it's a loss to me anyway.
Well, it's honesty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's honesty.
Yeah.
Now, I can imagine that if this was 20, 30 years in the future and a robot went for the interview as well, he would have come up with the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Ones and zeros, on, off, yes, no, black and white. He'd be straight down the line, but I'm in it for the money, to buy some oil. And like you don't have a problem with oil, do you? You're not dependent on oil, are you? No. No, of course I'm not. I just like to indulge every now and again, not in working hours. You know, once I'm done behind the bar, I become a customer. That's where I indulge in some oil. Well, we don't actually sell it on tap here. This isn't the one for me then. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Oh, a picture of oil, please, for me and my robot pals.
But we saw, what did we see earlier? You know, walking through town. There was a couple with an R2D2.
That's right. Yeah.
Robot
God.
That was walking. It was walking around. Yeah. Making its
I didn't really have a good luck. I don't know if they were controlling it. Or
God knows. I've got no idea.
Or it just follows them. Maybe they got a device on them. It follows that. Who
I've
knows?
got no idea. But that's pretty scary, because what if machines were going to take over? That's the first thing they do. They dress up as like your favourite little bin from a film.
Yeah.
I mean,
bin.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it starts. I think, oh, I love that character. But it's actually here to kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the ball thing called from Star Wars? The new one.
Oh, I don't know what the new one's called. I didn't like it. I didn't like the new Star Wars.
Is he R8 or something? Or
yeah, go for that.
Something like that. Yeah.
R851.
QP2,
QP2,
3. Yeah. So
if we're going for his full name,
he obviously like he's a little sphere, isn't he? Rolled
Yeah.
around. And I can imagine in the future that when robots become self-aware and creating weapons, they create one that looks like him, and the people are like, oh look, it's thingy from Star Wars, and before they know it, it's actually a bloody grenade. It's a rolling grenade.
True. So it looks like it's a thumbs down for the drones then.
Absolutely. It's not just. On them. I mean, you can't see me sort of here, but you can see me, Mike. It's 2 thumbs down for me.
2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down for
wow.
drones.
Don't like these drones.
Yeah.
No, I'll say give people back their jobs.
I'm sick of people droning on about it.
Yeah. Fed up these drones coming over and stealing our jobs.
Them damn drones.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely not foreigners, though, is it?
No.
I mean, I hate when people say that foreigners coming over there. Well, they're not. They're coming over, you know, sure thing. They're getting their benefits. I don't really see many of them taking my job. We have to let you go. Why? Oh, we got somebody from another country coming in to have your job. Yeah, that doesn't work. But still, good on them. Good on them from travelling all that way just for a job. Where our people in this country can't go to the fucking job centre to sign on.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there, actually.
A whole other countries. You know, that's adventurous.
I mean, a lot of them will take the jobs that people turn their nose up at in this country.
Yeah,
and then turn around and say, "Oh, there's no jobs." There definitely is.
Yeah,
there definitely is.
I worked on site with another company who took on Poland people.
Oh, they're hard workers. They are hard workers.
Very. Yeah. They work for pittance, and they got the job done.
Yeah, Polish very hard workers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not thinking about the paycheck. As long as they're getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's the difference, really.
No, absolutely.
And they were still doing really good work. What I saw was amazing.
Well, I had this argument with somebody, and I'm pretty sure I said, I think it's good for the economy.
Yeah.
But then their counter-argument was, well, it's not, is it? Why is that? Because chances are what they're getting paid, they're sending back to Poland.
Right.
I didn't have an answer for it. I didn't have an answer. I couldn't think who would be right or wrong there.
Well, a lot of our drivers send money back to their families.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then the counter-argument obviously was on the standpoint of, well, that's money that's leaving the country.
If you were supporting your family and you didn't have enough coming in, surely you would do the same. You would go to another country where there is money
and then send it back.
Send it back.
Yeah.
So they're getting fed and living.
No, absolutely. I mean, survival, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely Look, survival.
Humans got to survive, the seagulls got to survive, the machines got to survive.
Yeah.
So that's just how it goes.
It's bloody crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Bit crazy.
Bit crazy. Oh God. Well, I suppose we've wrapped most of them up, haven't we?
We spent.
I think we're spent.
Wow.
I do want to carry on, but I think we'll just save it for next time.
Well, absolutely. We don't want this to be a 40-minute bonanza episode, do we?
No,
save that for the Christmas special.
Definitely. Right, so that's all we've got time for. I've been Michael Langerbier.
And I've been Forbes Longdon.
Check us out on MIC Films Entertainment on Facebook for, upcoming episodes. Please comment, share your views. Anything we can use for next episode will be fantastic. And we'll see you next time.
Don't forget you can also visit us on our individual Twitter pages as well. I'm at Forbes London on Twitter. And
my name, maybe?
I think you're...
I can't remember.
MIC Mike, I think it's probably, isn't it? Mike Langbeer MIC.
Michael Langbeer. Do you know what? I'll find you. So I'll find you. Don't worry.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah.
Right. Lovely. Peace out.
Bye.